Hi, thanks for joining me for another video on how to set up the perfect views in Workbench inside of the Akoonu RevWorks platform. Today's topic is adding indicators and other visuals to the Workbench views. So I have a basic view right now, 2 months, 6 fields per month, and I'm going to start to add different elements to this to show you what different indicators are available. Okay, so I'm going to open up to Edit and go to Indicators. And the first thing I'll do is choose the Show Progress Bars. So what this does is it adds progress bars in the data cells where there is quota defined. So in April, I'm 60% of quota already. I can see that in the close column. My commit forecast is almost 200% my quota, and my best case is way higher than that. So those are progress bars. The next two I'm going to show you are change indicators and coverage ratio. Let me turn off the progress bars. And you can even set the time frame for your change indicators. I'll keep it as the default is 7 days. And now my cells are going to have two new visual elements. So you can see some red bubbles and some green bubbles. Those are the change indicators, indicating how things have changed since 7 days ago. Okay. And then also there are bubbles that are light blue in color that have the coverage ratio. So this is the ratio of that value to the gap, the remaining quota gap. So in my example of having a $5 million quota, 3 million is closed, that's a $2 million gap. My commit forecast is almost 10 million, which means I have about a 5x coverage to the gap. Okay, so those are coverage ratios and the change indicators. And we'll go back to Edit View, and this time we'll show the cadence indicators and the adjustment indicators, and we'll take the other ones off. So these are somewhat related to the forecasting submission process. So the cadence indicators are in the first column. Right now all these badges say missing because that's just where things are at in the forecasting cadence in this demo org. These might say submitted, these might say due in 1 hour or due in 2 days, depending on where you're at in the forecasting cycle. And then the other item are the change or the adjustment indicators. So these pink arrows show where an adjustment has been made to the forecast. So I can see here in this commit forecast number that the unadjusted value is about 3 million. The team roll up is about 6.5 million. And then my forecast, I'm the owner, is almost 10 million. Okay. So you can kind of see how those adjustments stack up as they're applied in the forecasting process. So those are the indicators that you can add, just visual elements in the view to help highlight certain aspects of the data. The other thing I'm going to show you in this video are some of the layout controls. So let's go back to our edit view. And I'm just going to keep things simple by taking the indicators off and go to the layout tab. So there's a couple options here. The first is your field alignment, whether it is standard or stacked. So let me change from standard to stacked, and you'll see when the view redraws that now I have the periods going across, but the columns are going down vertically. So this is handy when you are looking at many periods, 6 periods. It's going to get too crowded with having the periods and the fields all going horizontal. This lets the fields go vertically, and I can still drill down. So I can still drill down and see my subordinates values and so on. So that's standard versus stacked. The next layout option, I'll go back to standard, is whether to include a total column or not. So by default, this is off. I can add it. And what this does is it simply provides a total column or a set of columns for the periods in your view. So I have 2 months in the view. When I enable the total column, I get the sum of those months over on the right-hand side here for each of the fields in the view. So that's the total columns. And then for the last one, the groupings, I actually need to switch to a different view. So let me switch to my widget type view. So this is a grouping, and this is the standard default layout. The hierarchy works the same, but you can see that in each level of the hierarchy, there's a new plus sign. And when I click the plus sign, it opens up the categorization there. So the breakdown by category. So the forecast by category group. I can do that for any of the users in the hierarchy. So this is the default behavior. And the change I can make in the layout is instead of using the single drill down group layout, I can drill down by group. And if I drill down by group, the view is now broken into multiple blocks, 1 block per, in this case, widget type. So widget type large on top, I can drill down discretely through that. I can go down to the bottom to widget type small. So this is just simply a way of showing the groupings split out into their own hierarchies versus all together in the same hierarchy. So those are the view options for adjustments to the layout and also adding those different indicators to help get your perfect views set up. Thank you for joining me.